Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. And this video I've got 3 replays for you in the Leopard 1. So the tier 10 German medium tank. So there's been a few changes obviously to Leopard 1 which came in the big update back in May. One of the things that's most noticeable is obviously the alpha damage has gone up from 390 to 420 alpha. Your shell velocity speed has increased on the premium rounds from 1200 to 1640. It used to have heat rounds, but it's now got APCR rounds. And as always, the equipment and the perks I've listed up in the top right hand corner there. I'm not going to rattle them off. You know what they look like. You know what they are already. So yeah, I've got a couple of videos on the Leopard 1 then, and I've always enjoyed the Leopard 1 and always thought it's been a really good medium tank. The only thing is, it's probably I would say it kind of fell out of favour for a little while with a lot of the players, just because I think it was probably overshadowed by such medium, the American medium tanks, sort of the E6. The CS63 on the Polish line, but don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with the tank sort of pre-buff. It's always performed well. It's got great concealment, and the gun was always a laser. But that gun now with the buffs it's had, with the 1620 shell velocity on the premium rounds, just means this thing is like an absolute laser. Its accuracy has also been improved from 0.30 to 0.28. So its tank has just become an absolute beast. And a lot of people have picked it up again and started playing it, because of the buffs, which is normal. Always seems to happen, Wargaming makes some changes and people just start playing the hell out of it because, you want to sort of find out what the changes are like. And then people realise, it's actually been an amazing tank all along, and then, just get back into the swing of it. It's good wargaming, do those sort of things, to be fair, because I think it brings some tanks back that have sort of kind of been a bit forgotten about, and brings them back into the fold, makes the meta, not make the meta, sorry, but make, I guess, the tank meta as such a little bit more of a variety, rather than, seeing the same tanks all the time. Just mixes the game up a little bit, I think. Anyway, so the first replay here, we are on Moravanka, and we're teamed up with Kingpin. Kingpin's also playing the Leopard 1. So yeah, we sort of busted both the big guns out and decided we're going to sort of push this flank. Got a bit wild for quite a while, as there was a lot of tanks on this side. But we managed to clear it out luckily, and we picked up sort of good amount of damage so far in the game, just under 3k damage. Got 1 kill, and we've just taken out that Progetto 65 for our 2nd kill in the game. Scores are still sort of quite even, but we cleared this side out, so now we sort of need to start pushing down. I think the thing with Moravanka is this flank usually does get taken. This is kind of the deciding flank, I think, because the brawl always happens sort of over on the other side on the 2 line. In the middle there's always a massive brawl, there's always tanks hanging back, and on that ridge sort of sitting back looking at each other, sniping, all that sort of stuff. So the action does happen there, but this is the flank, this is where sort of the game is kind of, in my opinion, is won or lost. Basically, because if you can push this side, and equally if you're pushing the other side, you can start to get cross shots on tanks that are sitting on the hill. You'll get side shots, you'll then be able to sort of swing around and get different angles again, and it kind of forces the hand of the enemy team. They kind of, well, essentially you've kind of pincered them, and that's kind of how this map plays out a little bit. You end up pincering them, and usually 9 times out of 10 you end up winning the game, because you put the enemy in a position where they just can't really escape any of the cross shots whatsoever. Wherever they go, wherever they sort of poke or try and hide, they end up revealing their tank to sort of someone else. So for me, this map, it's kind of like the 8-9 line is the crux, I guess. And that's essentially what me and Kingpin have done. I'm sort of sitting in this area and just sort of hovering around, just sort of waiting to see what opportunities present themselves. I was going to try and see if I could Cupola snipe that Jaeger. It's a bit of a tall order from this range, but given the accuracy and how good the gun is on the Leopard, there's the chance it may well have paid off. But unfortunately, Jaeger pulled back just before I could pull the trigger. So yeah, I thought it's definitely not going to pen if he's hiding his Cupola. So we've gone back to the middle here because I want to try and help Kingpin. They're just dealing with this light tank. I'm assuming they'll be able to sort of get rid of him. But I notice heavy tanks are start to come through the middle here. We get a nice shot into the side of this Nemesis MBT, which is a new British tier 10 premium tank that's come out recently. He was just sort of YOLOing over to us, so I just thought, I'll get into cover. I don't want to take any shots off of this guy, and he gets taken out by our light tank. We know there's another heavy tank in the middle there, and the scores are still quite tight, to be fair. We see the Object 277, but unfortunately we just missed the shot on him. We're going to try and see if we can potentially get a shot on his side. That was kind of a wasted shot, really. The guy was angled up, and that was just going to bounce all day long, so a bit of a waste, I guess. But luckily Kingpin manages to take him out, and again, I'm just sort of biding my time here. The thing with the Leopard 1 as well is it has absolutely no armor whatsoever, so I tend to play this very much as a flanker and a support role, and a sniper in a sense, just because again, that you're going to get penned by everything basically. No questions asked. We get rid of that light tank there. Kind of wanted to make him pay for sort of getting 2 shots into me, but also he was just going to be an absolute pain in the backside. He was going to constantly be lighting us up, so I wanted to get rid of him so that he didn't give that opportunity to the tank destroyers at the back to get shots on us. Now, there's 1 light tank left in the game with 3 TDs. We know there's a Jaeger left still. There's that tier 9 tank destroyer that's slowly getting farmed, but then there's this Death Star, and I think, definitely want to get rid of that tank. If that tank hits us, then it's curtains basically for us, because we ain't going to survive bouncing that shell. The Leopard does have an angled upper plate, which you can bounce the odd shot, but it's it's literally if it's sort of a real weird auto bounce angle. Don't rely on it at all. Don't rely on anything with the Leopard when it comes to armour. You'll be bitterly disappointed if you do. Tried sneaking a shot into the side of that Jaeger there, but unfortunately he was just backing up and just angled up enough that he just could also ricochet that shell that we shot there. Now he's backing out, trying to see if I can just get maybe a slim shot, but he just pulls into cover before I get that shot off. Now I'm going to try and see if I can potentially get into a position where, a bit high ground maybe, but he gets taken out by Kingpin. Now there's just this light tank, but that light tank's driving straight into enemy fire, and luckily again Kingpin's there to get the shot off and get the kill. Bringing us end to the first replay with the win there. We pick up 5.2k damage, get 3 kills, just over 1200 assists, only the second class there. Get the brothers in arms. Kingpin had a fantastic game himself, also picking up just shy of 5.3k damage. Can't talk there. So yeah, credit to him, he had a really good game as well. So we're on the second replay now, and we are on Sverigorsk, which, if I'm honest, not the greatest of maps for a tank like the Leopard, just because I think, in my opinion again, I find Sverigorsk quite a corridor type map where sort of heavy tanks as such and heavily armoured sort of TDs can have the most fun on this map, just because, like I say, either side you've got the 2, you've got the 9 lines, sort of quite a corridor type. And that's where sort of a lot of brawls happen. But so yeah, we've got to play a little bit more patient here, and we're going to sort of again play that support role. We're going to sort of hang back, and we're just going to wait and see what opportunities present themselves to us where we can get shots in. You know, you see this E6 that has just decided to just drive out in the open. Allows us to get the shot in. Luckily we track him in place as well, so that's good, because our friendly tanks managed to get a shot in while we tracked him, picking up some track assist. Trying to avoid artillery there, which obviously tank like this, artillery is always going to have a little look at, because you know, artillery knows he's going to pen if he does hit a square on and do a lot of damage. But luckily we avoid him. We tried getting a shot into the Type 5 there, but unfortunately we just hit an angle part where we bounce. But now we're just going to aim for sort of the flat bar on the front of his hull, and hopefully we should penetrate that quite easily, as he's not angled. Obviously we're just sort of bearing in mind that he's looking at us, but yeah, we do sneak that shot in. Like I said, that shell velocity is absolutely lethal. And we pick up the first kill of the game. So now I'm sort of making my way into the middle here, because I'm thinking, like, well, I'm going to support this light tank, but I think we can probably get shots on stuff that's focused with our tanks that are on H8, H9. We get a shot into C50 though that's decided that it's kind of like full send in here. I'm expecting that we'll take a shot. We do get shot into his engine though, and we've trapped him in place as well, and he gets absolutely obliterated. He did damage our armor rack, but luckily we had a repair kit to fix that, so no harm done, and that was a really good trade, to be fair. I was quite happy with that result. Managing to track him in place, and then he gets absolutely walloped. So now we're going to sort of make our way, try and see if we sneak a shot into this E6. We do, and we really low roll there, which was unfortunate. Just hitting for 372, which really is quite a low roll, which is unfortunate. We leave him on a one shot, so it's not the end of the world. You know, if he sort of pokes up again, I'm sure we'll be able to finish him off. Just trying to hide behind these Debrex here to shield myself from this medium tank. Just trying to get shots into us. Do sneak a shot in there, which is quite fortunate. Again, just using the Debrex in front of us to shield us. We've got our friendly FV helping us out there, the FV215B. He's come around and giving us a hand to mop up these tanks. And again, I'm going to go in here and go try and farm. I'm going to try and get rid of the E6, but also farm this 268 if I can. These guys have just been completely surrounded. You know, they've got tanks in front of them, so we're just going to get behind, sneak a shot into the object 268, pinching them in so they get nowhere to go. Unfortunately, the E6 manages to get a shot into us, which is quite annoying. We've also got the 268 now focusing his attention, so it's trying to back up there and avoid getting shot. He shoots, and our SCI pokes around and finishes him off, and the E6 gets taken out by our friendly K91. We've pretty much swung this game into our favour now with 6 tanks ahead, and all that's left is 2 medium tanks, 1 light tank, and the 2 artillery. So I noticed one of the mediums was over by our base trying to cap. He's just been taken out. The light tank's over there. Majority of our team is still hanging back, so I'm thinking, I'm going to put this good mobility to use, and I'm going to go arty hunting. I want to try and find the artillery and put some shots in. We've loaded the HE. Now, one of the RT is up in the hills there. We tried snapping a shot into the German artillery, but unfortunately we just hit the fence. Now we need to sort of get on the move, because I don't want to get hit by artillery, but unfortunately we take 2 shots off of the artillery. Not great, to be fair, but you know what, I'm not overly fast at this point. I'm just like, I want to get as much damage in as possible. The game's pretty much won. There's only 3 tanks left, one of them being the artillery, which we've obviously focused at. We stopped there to get the shot off, but unfortunately backing up gives the artillery the opportunity to finish us off. And yeah, it's a bit unfortunate, but again, just I wanted to just, you know, get as much damage as possible, knowing that the game was coming to the end. So anyway guys, what we'll do is we'll skip ahead to the results screen and see how we go on. Okay, so we ended up with a victory as we sort of assumed we would. We picked up 3 kills there, just under 5.9k damage with 920 assists. Got the high caliber medal and picking up the first class for that. And yeah, just not a bad game considering Sverigorsk. It certainly wouldn't be a map that I would pick to play the Leopard 1 on. So yeah, I was quite pleased with that result. So anyway, we are on to the third and final replay of the video, and we are on Arctic region. So yeah, again, bit of this is a hit and miss map for me with mediums. I think I definitely prefer it to Sverigorsk, that's for sure. But you know, I can sort of try and make the most of this, and we're going to go up to the top right here. Reasons being is I want to get shots onto tanks that are probably going to come up the BC1 area. Going to come up through there, but we've also got shots onto tanks in the middle of the map. We can get shots onto stuff like that light tank that's just poked up there in the middle. Yes, we're probably going to get lit, but you know, as long as we just sort of play carefully, there's plenty of opportunities to get shots off here. Yeah, we've got multiple angles where we can get shots at. There is artillery in the game, so we have to be careful of artillery. You know, if we sit in this spot and we sit in the same spot for too long, we are going to get hit. And that's the only problem with up here, is it can obviously be a sweet spot for artillery to try and get shots on you. But like I say, it's a risk worth, you know, risk for me that I'm sort of willing to take to try and get as much damage out of this as possible. Try getting a shot onto that Leopard there, but again, it was sort of a very optimistic shot. Shooting the turret of Leopard, it's, yeah, chances are you are going to bounce, but you know, you miss the shots you don't take, so it was worth a go considering I didn't have shots on anything else. See, a lot of our friendly team are heading down ahead of us. I'm still going to sort of take the cautious route here, I think. But now I think I'm sort of going to make my play up to this ridge ahead of me. There's also tanks in the middle here. I've just sort of stopped to see, you know what, I think if I can get some shots, I will. Managed to get a shot onto that light tank that was crossing there. Again, I want to sort of put as much punish on light tanks as possible, because come, you know, sort of if it gets to sort of the end game and light tanks are still alive, then they're gonna be a real problem for us. We get onto this ridge where we want to be. Perhaps we just sort of drove up a little bit too far, but luckily we don't take any damage. But we've obviously spotted these tanks over here now. We are in a position now where we can poke up and get some shots quite safely, and that's exactly what we're going to do. But these guys are obviously getting shot by our tanks that are on C1 as well, and also, yeah, C1, C2 area. On that corner, these tanks are going to get shots at, on these tanks that we've lit up. So we've got a little bit of assistance out of that as well. But we're also, you know, we've got another angle on these tanks now. So again, we're giving them something to think about. Not only have they got to focus on the tanks that are on C1 corner, but they've also got to focus here as well. So whatever way they turn, you know, they're going to get shot at. You know, we're going to have opportunities to shoot these guys, whether it's our guys from C1 or whether it's us. You know, we're going to get opportunities. And you see, that tank destroyer's backing out there. I was getting ready to get a shot into the side, but luckily our team managed to take him out. But we do get a shot into that medium heavy tank that was coming up in the middle there. Not entirely sure what that tank is, but we got a shot on it all the same. And yeah, the numbers are not looking that great though. We've lost 3 tanks now. No, we haven't lost 3 tanks. We're 3 tanks down as opposed to the enemy. And I want to try and help out this M48 Rampanzer who's being challenged by this T-34 here. I'm hoping I can get in just before he gets the shot. I want to save my M48, but yeah, I should read the map. I thought I could sneak around this rock, but we hit the boundary. So yeah, big brain moves there. And yeah, our team really are in trouble now. It's like it's 10-6. Gonna go around, gonna get a shot onto the T-34. We do that without taking any damage. However, artillery is looking at us now. Does manage to get a bit of splash damage on us, but luckily doesn't take that, doesn't take too much health off of us. Trying to sneak a shot into that light tank. Artillery is back on us now, and you can see it's 9-4, 9-5, sorry, to the red team. Red team have sort of the majority there. We get splashed by artillery again, which is really frustrating, but do you know what? It's fine. I just need to get out of here because my thoughts are I wasn't really safe there. I was getting hammered by artillery. I was constantly getting lit. I had no shots on anything, and it was better to just try and get out and get safe, reevaluate and see what else I can do. And I'm coming back to my base now, so I want to help my artillery out. See, he's getting pushed by this light tank. Going to try and see if I can get a shot in there. Again, you can see the fabulous shell velocity, making it easy to get shots in to stuff without sort of having to properly lead the shot or really aim in. There we go, light tank sneaks out again, and we're ready for him. We can just whip that shot in, not a problem. Now we've got an issue behind us. We can see this heavy tank and TD are getting pushed by this grill and this chieftain. We decide to go for the chieftain because it's a one shot. It's also a dangerous tank, hold down. We do take a shot from, I assume, the light tank. We tried sneaking a shot into this STI there, but luckily we get the second shot in, picking up our third kill of the game. And you can see now we have brought this game a little bit closer in the balance. Get a nice shot into that Centennial there, who is now on 333 hit points, and I'm thinking, right, you know what, I need to just rush in and get rid of this guy. However, I see the grill and I decide, you know what, I'm going to sneak a shot into that guy on the move, which luckily I managed to pen. I managed to hit that Centennial. However, I'm yeah, really in the thick of it now. I think that grill luckily tracked me, and we're getting shot from that light tank, and I just want to get underneath this ridge and I want to get safe. However, we then just end up nearly going straight into the grill's gun line. Luckily, he's missed. I'm ignoring the light tank, and I just want to get this grill out. I want to get rid of this grill and eliminate that guy, because that guy can really hit hard. Managed to take the grill out, and now, yeah, it's kind of been a crazy few minutes. We've leveled the scores up to 4-all now. We've really turned this game around. You see the light tanks trying to get shots into us. I'm trying to avoid the Barassa. I just want to get into cover. The Carnarvon gets taken out by the machine, and now there's only 3 tanks left. And we've just somehow pulled this out the bag. We were originally 5 tanks down, I think it was, and within the blink of an eye, we've now swung the numbers back kind of into our favour. Still a medium tank. Obviously we know where the light tank is, so I thought, well, I'm going to go for artillery. Loaded up the HE in preparation for finding the artillery. Unfortunately, he's angled up there, so the HE shell there didn't quite hit properly. However, we do hit him in the side. We've gone back to the ATCR and we low roll for 370. I don't know why we're low rolling so much there, but we put him on a one shot and we have taken him out. Our tanks have got on the cap now. I want to sort of get back to our base. I'm assuming it's going to be the light tank capping, and it's quite frustrating actually, because I really wanted our tanks to come out of the base and sort of get in the fight. I'd rather win by kill all than cap at this moment in time, but I guess I can understand why they've gone into the cap. Our machine has gone in. It's actually a medium tank that's sitting in the base. I thought it was going to be the light tank, but it's actually you can see it's the Ariete that's in the cap, in our cap, and the machine's managed to get a reset. Unfortunately though, our friendly tanks decided to cap out, and it's really frustrating now because we were having such a good game, and you know, even a possibility of a Radley's there. But unfortunately it wasn't to be, and we pick up just over 6.3k damage, getting 6 kills there, which confirms the top gun. 553 assists. It's such a shame because, like I say, we could have had so much more. Only picking up the second class as well, which was madness. I think this game was literally a couple of days after the update, so yeah, there was obviously, you know, all the really good players were out there just putting in some insane numbers. Yeah, I've seen some real crazy numbers. You know, 8k plus games, even higher, with a couple of players playing this tank. So yeah, it really sets the bar. But yeah, I thought that was a pretty it was a mad game to end on. So yeah. But that's it for the video, guys. I really hope you enjoyed it. Please like and subscribe if you did. It does help the channel out. And as always, I'll catch you next time.